What is interesting about all of these bottles is that when you have a little look on the back, you know, some of them say they've got 3% vanilla in.
These don't even mention it.
You know, you go to the home baking aisle in the supermarket and just are left bamboozled.
We've all gone baking bonkers. But with so many different vanilla extracts on the market, how do we know which one is going to give us the biggest vanilla punch? Cowboy boots on, Kate's meeting Hussein Abdullah, who farms vanilla out here in the wilderness.
Hi, gosh, you are in the middle of nowhere.
Let me show you the vanilla beans.
This is the vanilla plant?
Yes.
Look at that.
It's a vine, it's a species of an orchid plant.
It's an orchid?
Yes.
Really? Wow. I never knew that. And so this is pretty familiar, really, because, well, a vanilla pod back home that I buy in the supermarket, it's long and thin, but, I mean, it's not this big and it's not this green.
The orchid flowers producing its fruit, the vanilla bean.
And so how many beans would you get from a plant like this in a year?
90 to 95 beans per plant.
But how long does it take for this bean to grow?
In 6 months' time.
That's a very long time, isn't it?
It's a very time-consuming plant. Juice, if it costs to your skin, it will irritate your skin. Itchy.
Really?
The nature of this plant is that you had this kind of chemical agent is a natural protection for the plant itself.
So this prevents any little mouse, rats or whatever coming and eating the vanilla.
Yes.
Should I try?
Bagi dia try.
Ah, okay. A bit itchy. I've got an itchy tongue. But it's not like vanilla as I know it, but it's really fragrant. It's almost like eating soap.
So if the freshly picked vanilla pod looks like a runner bean and tastes like soap, where does the unique vanilla flavour come from? It's a 20-kilometre journey back through the jungle to the nearest village and a pan of boiling water to find out.
We would like to do small demonstrations. The next process after plucking the vanilla beans.
Okay, great.
So
we're going to see how this gets to this.
Here, the vanilla beans are first blanched in hot water. Then for about a month, they alternate between being wrapped up in a traditional curing box and drying out in the hot baking sun.
Every day for 35 or 36 days.
Routine, doing unwrap, wrap it back.
You unwrap these puppies for a little 2-hour sunbathe at noon. That's it, 2 hours. Quick, then the alarm goes off. They get back in their little sleeping bag. And that's how you do it.
It's during this labour-intensive curing process that the compound vanillin is released into the skin of the pod and the seeds inside. And it's the vanillin that gives this spice its unique vanilla flavour.
It's a lot of work.
I bet.
Well, you know it. Where does the vanilla flavour come from in the
seeds
bean?
in the middle.
Okay. We have a little look.
Yeah. And if you just run your knife down the middle there like that.
That's it. Kind of a paste in the middle, isn't it? Right, I'm having a little try on that. Wowzers, that is strong. Now, it's pretty confusing when you walk into the baking aisle in the supermarket and you're presented with all of these different types of vanilla flavouring, vanilla extract.
It is really confusing, isn't it? There is so much.
What would you go for?
I would use the vanilla extract.
I will probably just go for the cheapest one.
What is interesting about all of these bottles is that when you have a little look on the back, you know, some of them say they've got 3% vanilla in.
These don't even mention it.
You know, you go to the home baking aisle in the supermarket and just are left bamboozled.
It seems everyone is confused. So how much vanilla is there in our vanilla extract?
Hello, I'm here to meet Steve.
Steve Pearce is a food scientist.
How are you doing?
Good, thanks. And you? How are you?
We've asked him to analyse the amount of vanillin molecules in a random selection of supermarket extracts. Vanillin is the key compound that gives vanilla its flavour.
One of the things that we found straight away is that the extracts that we're picking up from the supermarkets are so dilute, it's very difficult to discover anything. Predominantly they're water, alcohol, or sugar in some cases.
You're telling me that the levels are so low that it's barely even detectable?
Yeah, that's right. So using our GCMS, we're struggling to find any trace of vanillin.
And what is GCMS?
That's gas chromatography, which separates out the components of a mixture. It's, you know, capable of seeing down to a few parts per million, but we're not seeing anything at all here. By tasting it, we can detect it by taste. So that's our taste and our sense of smell is much more powerful than our complex analytical kit. So we know that there's some in there, but actually detecting levels of, say, the key component, which is vanillin, is proving very, very tough.
It does make me feel like I've been swindled when I've been buying vanilla bean extract.
Well, according to the law, I don't think anyone's doing anything wrong. They're describing the product as containing vanilla extract. It's just that there's no definition of the strength of that extract that they should carry, how concentrated that is, how many beans got used per kilo of extract.
Do you think there should be a definition around that? So if you call something extract, it's got to have X amount of extract in it?
I think that might be a good idea. To be able to say that the extract is made with so many kilos of beans per 100 kilos of solvent or something like that. And then the consumer as well can judge the strength of the product that they've got.
So if the ingredients on the bottle read 3% vanilla extract, don't assume it's all pure vanilla bean. That 3% is made up of a solvent, typically water and alcohol, and an unknown quantity of vanilla.
What would your advice be?
Well, my advice would be to get some real vanilla beans and make your own extract at home. Go out and get yourself a bottle of cheap vodka, throw in a few vanilla beans and just leave that in your cupboard. So you've got your own product and you know exactly what you've got.
No time like the present, Kate.
There we've got some vanilla beans. See if you can get any in the beaker.
Very funny, Steve. They are going everywhere. Yeah, should I be chopping them smaller?
No, that's good. Actually, you can see straight away we're beginning to get some colour. We've got a few bubbles in there at the moment.
And how long will you leave this for?
Well, we'd leave this for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Those vanilla beans will just keep on producing, they'll mature in the bottle, give you more and more flavour. Absolutely.
We put probably 8 vanilla beans in there.
Something like that, yeah.
That's quite expensive. If I did want a cheaper alternative, these extracts aren't that bad, are they? I mean, some of them are pretty good. So really, it's probably down to personal preference, as in have a go, try them out, whichever one fits your price range and does the job for you in whatever you're cooking, baking, whatever.